does music have a special healing effect for people with traumatic brain injury?
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of benefit could this bring? If like I guess similar to what we saw with this man with Alzheimer's, if someone has a traumatic brain injury, is a certain type of music could help them?
That's not the certain type. The it's depend on the part of the brain you got the damage. Okay, but in general, I show you something here. Do you see this kind of movie, right? Video. So then
Yeah, I see that.
these tiny cells moving along the edge of these big cells. Big cells are glia, and then these tiny cells are neurons. Okay, and then this is a human neurons and the glia in vitro that made of the stem cells. We can get the stem cell out of the the brain, and then if we culture them, we can make the like a human brain in vitro. Okay, so then that's the regeneration, and then the first finding of the stem cells. That's what I wanna show you. Oops. Do you see the screen? Right. So then the
I see that.
first finding of the stem cells was in the birds, in
This
the
is the
brain.
first time they discovered stem cells was in a canary.
In the brain, yeah. So then that's reported in 1998 in neurons. Before that, we did not know the stem cell exists in the brain. Okay, and then the birds, they're singing. I want to stop. So then the birds start singing in the spring, but they stop singing during the summer. So then they learn the singing in the spring. By learning it, they want to make these new neurons. You can see the green neurons here. Those are the neurons generated from the stem cells. That's the first finding of the regeneration. That's finding of the neurogenesis. So then this bird, in other words, they're learning the music or the singing or listening to music. By doing so, we believe the neurogenesis happen. So then that's why any the brain damage could be benefited by listening to music. And then another thing is that music and then the language using the same part of the brain.
The music and the language.
Yeah, language, right? Okay, so this is the picture of the resting stage, and then this is the brain using the language. You can see the red on the left side here, right? And then when somebody listening the music, the right hand side, exactly the opposite side lights up. And then this area called Broca's area, this area called Wernicke's area, both of those are the language center. So we are using the same language center, but the music tend to use to the right, and then the language used to the left. But if somebody got a stroke or something, and then losing this function, that's always, not always, many cases happen. They got the damage to this part of the brain, and then they start losing the words of the language. Then, if we give such a person music, especially I like the music with the lyrics, so then the singing is quite good. And then those training can recover this part of the brain partially, and also they could start using the other side of the brain for the language. So then the other thing is the very famous one is the Mozart effect, right? So then if you give the Mozart to the kids become smart. that's kind of true. So then that's also something related to that, such as Mozart music activate the language center, and then stimulate the language center, and then those part of the brain acting better than the control. That way they can think better. That's the way they can get the better grade. That's kind of things.
Yeah, that I know the Mozart effect. This is, I understand it's related to studies done in the 90s. They played a particular piece of, they tested these children with a particular piece of Mozart music. Maybe we can play that now.
Hmm.
That particular this is the Mozart sonata for two pianos in D major, K448. Let's have a quick listen to this.
Yeah, that's the Mozart. And then this one stimulate the brain extremely. Yes. Mhm.
What kind
Go
of
ahead.
what kind of effects did they see from that? What when they tested when they tested children playing this
Yeah.
music?
So then uh, my internet is not that stable. Sorry about that.
That's
The
okay. I think
local
we're doing
internet
okay.
problem. Yeah. Right. So then the Mozart like this one, we tested on young people and the senior people, different, but the both. And then when we check the frontal lobe function, and then the frontal lobe function increased 50% increase, dramatic increase. Yeah. So then that means they can think much better. They can solve the issue much better, something like that, by listening this music. And then such effect lasts like 15 minutes after such listening the music as well. So then but alternatively, we gave the Wagner. Wagner being used by Nazi or some of the soldier to encourage the people.
That's right.
So then we
Hitler
thought
used Wagner.
that's gonna affect. Yeah. Even in Vietnam, American soldier used it. Anyway, so then we thought that that's gonna affect to the brain very well, and then we can see the effect, but zero, surprisingly zero effect.
Hmm.
Even not a 10% increase, nothing. So then the music structure is very important. But still, unfortunately, still we don't know exactly. This is the structure needed to stimulate the brain that positive way or something like